Stay savage, your boy Shino Bentro was popping. Today we are back, and guess what? We're here to talk about Black Clover. Honestly, it's been a minute since I talked about Black Clover. You guys know I have been playing Quartet Nights when the beta dropped. I did drop a lot of videos regarding that. I also made an Asta Explain video. So today I'm going to start it off by getting back into the reviews for the Black Clover anime as well as the manga. I need to figure out what day the manga comes out because I actually don't know the day. I usually just check in the chapters there. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'll be chilling late at night and be like, oh, I ain't got shit to do. Let's see if there's a Black Clover chapter out. It's like there. So, you know, obviously I can find out. I just never took it upon myself to actually see what day it comes out. But today we had episode 44 of Black Clover, and I must say they did look some serious justice. Talk about immaculate. It was very dope. As you guys know, they've been on this Water Temple arc. I have not necessarily talked about everything regarding the anime now, but I already know what actually takes place. Not to mention I've kind of already seen everything. So it's like one of those things where, you know, I'm just going to kind of fill you guys in on what's going on basically in this review while giving you what's happening in episode 44. So basically my gang is up in the Water Temple. Asta and them trying to get another magic stone. As you guys know, they was already taking on the Water Temple. You know, they was already in this challenge mode. They was going against Kaido and them, so it was going to be really dope. You know, obviously Kaido basically met Asta as well as Noelle. You know, his sister also helped out Noelle, basically helping her control her powers. But now it's to the point where it's like, yo, this shit just gets completely interrupted by the Midnight Sun. I'm talking about Vito coming that bitch strong as fuck. Mind you, before that, we had Seikei actually witnessing him about to dive down there. He was asleep on the ground and he woke up and he kind of saw what went down, but he didn't necessarily get involved. And I was like, Seikei, why are you such a crappy character? Like, if anybody should not be in this series, it's Seikei. He's so, like, just shitty. Like, I understand that some people want comedic relief, and that's probably what he delivers, but for the most part, Seikei doesn't do anything. Like, this character is so badly written. Not to mention, he's always, like, gassing himself up. He's always making himself seem like the better of the, like, out of the Magic Knights, or making him seem like he's so prestige, but he's, like, so fucking useless. And I'm like, yo, what is your problem, dog? Like, just completely take it out. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm honestly gonna say Seikei just needs to be completely written off. You know, actually kill him. Like, just murder him in cold blood. Just get rid of the kid. Like, I don't really want to see him appear in the anime nor the manga anymore. But hey, I'm not the writer, so I can't do anything about it. But outside of that, you know, obviously Beto came down and he was literally about to run the fade with Yami, but he was like, yo, I'm gonna sit there and wait for Yami to come back. It was kind of one of those things where he was just like picking off the easy prey to kind of piss Yami off. But it was like Yami believed in the goons. Like, Yami knows what's gonna go down. For me, it was one of those things where I was just sitting there and I was like, okay, let's see how this plans out. You know, because obviously this is about to end up being the climax of the Water Temple arc. Everybody knows, like, if you read the manga, what's about to occur. But like, for what we got in today's episode, I'm gonna say this off back, the animation was really dope. This animation reminded me a lot of Yami versus Lich, if not a little bit better. They did Lux so much justice. They gave a little insight to Lux's backstory and his connection with Magna, and talked about how Magna basically had this little development, and it shows how, like, when he first was introduced to Luck, you know, Luck used to mess with him, but then Luck actually let us know, hey, I used to mess with you because I had instincts of danger. You know, this guy was dangerous, so I felt like, you know, I had to pick with him because I always thought he was interesting. That's why I always messed with him. And I was like, hold up, Luck, you showing me a compassionate side? This shit was weird. Like, I was not expecting this to actually happen. But outside of that, when Luck was going with toe-to-toe with Vito, I was just like, yo, look at Luck, dog. They did this man so much justice. I'm talking about the animation was pristine. Like, obviously there's a lot of moments in Black Clover where they failed and they seem to drop the ball. You know, obviously we get into like this major arc and then they kind of get a little slow, or, you know, they like dibble dabble, and some moments do seem very unnecessary, and it's very just drastic, and it gets on our nerves a bit. But like, outside of that, when there's usually something major going down, they do seem to make these fights really dope. And I'm gonna say this, for Luck and Magna and Vito, this was probably one of the next best fights in the anime that's been introduced. Like, they really did the Water Temple arc some justice with this. Now obviously it's only going to get better from here, but if you guys look at how well they drew this shit, I had my man, they had in my hand Luck just like zipping all over the place. My man was really like on the move. Like, Vito was actually getting annoyed, like he couldn't catch him. It was literally like that one mosquito that you was just like, yo bitch, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it was that bad. Like, dog, my man Luck was just all over the place. Not to mention him and Magna did this combination attack. It was very dope, and it very very aesthetically pleasing. It was one of those moments where you was just like had to sit back and admire the animation. I even made a note on Twitter talking about how well they did Luck Justice and how well they did for the animation for this part of the episode. Like, I was like, god damn, completely blown back. Now let's dissect Vito as a character right now. Like, basically we got this character that's coming in here, he's savage as fuck. Like I said earlier with Seikei witnessed him taking on a whole bunch of Magic Knights by himself. He obliterated them. Not to mention Seikei kind of just watching. He didn't really want to get involved. You know, he was sleeping, but he woke up towards the ending moments where he could have actually did a surprise attack, but it was one of those things where he was too terrified to actually act. So I was like, god damn, Seikei, you gotta do better than that. Now, mind you, when we see this guy, you know, Kaido even mentions when he was tracking his mana, you know, this guy has like thousands of hundreds of beasts just being rapid. It's like rapid savage beasts always on a rampage when we see this character like introduced off the bat. He said his mana feels like that. For somebody to mention that your mana feels like that, not to mention he says he's an expert at reading mana, it was like, yo, what the fuck? On top of that, even the Black Bulls mentioned that this person's power was on par with Captain Yami's. Like, to see like these people go up against somebody with the same type of power as Captain Yami is very dangerous, because like when you think of a captain, like how they introduce captains in this series, how they made us think about captains. They made us think about captains as if it was something from the fucking Soul Society. Like, they spiritual pressure is usually on 10 kajillion. Like, when they come in, everything's trembling. Like, you see when Yami gets upset, or you see when he comes in there with his serious tone, the whole atmosphere changed, the whole vibe changed. And for them to be fighting somebody with that kind of level of power shows that, you know, Yami has to like basically give them type of insight and let them know, hey, surpass your limits. You might not be strong enough today, but if all you guys work together, you guys can do it. And the fact that Yami trusts in them to do that was really dope. Mind you, Yami did try to get in the mix, but like this man Vito was very smart at having his dudes put up a spatial like boundary so he couldn't even get involved. It was kind of fucked up because these guys really wanted to come through and actually help, like, but it was one of those things where Yami was just kind of sitting back, you know. And obviously Vito had some type of grudge against Yami, maybe for him fighting against Lich and shit like that. You know, he was like, yo, I'm gonna come and get you later. You sit back and watch what I do, your little lackeys. I'm gonna come and show your ass. It was really fucked up that my man Yami couldn't even get in the mix. But mind you, this was a test of the Black Bulls, not to mention some of the Water Temple members. Now, we know we have Kaido, we have the oldest son who's pretty strong, and like all these other people, you know, from the Water Temple who's actually going to contribute. But mind you, like at the beginning factor, the first person that got introduced to this guy off the rip was Luck and Magna. These were two guys of the Black Bulls, and you know, obviously when we seen both of them put their heart and soul into that combination technique to actually strike him, it was very detrimental. Now, one thing I am not happy about is that they left us with this strong ass cliffhanger. I'm talking about this cliffhanger was super huge. I'm thinking to myself like, yo, you can't do this. But I can honestly commend Black Clover for doing that, because they built up so much suspense in this climax, and they actually made you feel like these two were gonna actually like fuck over Vito, and they probably gonna weaken him basically. So when Asta or the rest of the gang comes in, they're gonna be able to do more work, you know. But like they just gave us a complete cliffhanger. It was like, yo, you thought you was about to get the rest of this, but not today, nigga. You gotta wait. So I was like, all right, you guys are hurting my feelings. You stabbing me in my heart. But I will honestly say the writing has been very nice so far. Obviously, like I said earlier in the video, there's been times when the writing has dropped the ball, or some moments were very unnecessary, but they're starting to pick up, you know. They're starting to actually reach different things and engage different people. Now, I know a lot of people are going to start giving insights. Well, this was like Fairy Tail, you know, this was like a fire lightning dragon combination technique, you know. It's basically Natsu and Loxus, but like I feel like they actually made it their own. Like, you know, Magna and Luck actually made this their own technique. They made this their own magic, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they actually amplified it, not to mention the way they added their backstory into it. On top of that, they have their own different styles that are completely different from Loxus and Natsu, you know, this which gives them their own different type of unique style. But mind you, when they go to put this shit together, it kind of looks like they're doing the fucking Rasengan mixed with the fucking Chidori. I was getting Sasuke Naruto vibes all the way from the back, bro. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? But I can honestly say that's probably one of the main reasons why I like Black Clover, because Black Clover does take a lot of different attributes from a lot of different shonens that we've already seen, and they try to contribute and combine them with their own attributes. In the beginning, Black Clover had a bit of a hard time taking all these different attributes and putting them together in order to make like things work properly, but like now they're starting to fill it out a little bit more by giving it their own uniqueness while also completely changing it to have their own personal identity. Like in the beginning, it was something like, yo, is this from Naruto? Is this from Fairy Tail? But it's really dope to finally see them starting to solidify their own personal identity and actually see them starting to grow Finral as an anime. I mean, mind you, if you guys read the manga, you see these changes actually take place a lot quicker, and you see them changing a lot of different aspects because you have more to read. Versus the anime is only coming out weekly, just like the manga, and the manga's been going on for a really long time. Now, right now, I can honestly say this may be one of my favorite fights to appear in the Black Clover anime, but there are more to come. Mind you, Asta and Kaido are actually pulling up to the scene. It was kind of sad that we saw Vanessa and Finral just kind of looking around pointlessly, a little blankly. It was like, yo, why are you guys not trying to head to the battlefield? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we got like them just kind of chilling in the cut, you know, them like, oh well, you know, Yami can't get to him, that sucks. And it was like there was no moment where you actually see them heading towards the fight. I feel like they should have emphasized on that a little bit more, versus it seems like Finral's just trying to stay out of hindsight, or Finral's just trying to stay in the back, because like Finral need to stop doing this old bitch ass shit. Now mind you, Finral is going to get his time to shine if you guys actually pay attention to the manga. If you guys are reading the manga, he is going to get his development, and it's going to be really dope. But for that, you know, obviously we have, you know, Luck and Magna going in, then we're going to have Asta and Kaido pulling up to the scene. What will be the results of what's going on with Vito? We don't know just yet. Let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions on episode 44. Let me know if you like the animation. Let me know how you felt about Lux and Magna's backstory and how these two actually became friends. And with that being said, my name is Shino Ben True. Stay true and stay real. If you guys want to check out any other videos, I did have an Asta Explain video. I'll include those links in the description below. And with that being said, finally,